This is your man, it's the one, and that is the big man in the middle, Big Storm, and this is the State of Basketball, BW Sports One original podcast. What is up, big guy?
What's going on, my man? Doing well. Had a great past couple weeks. Kind of excited, man. We got the fair coming up.
Yes.
I like to treat that as a
holiday.
Like just a good way out for dinner. Just some good dinner. Get to see some people you usually don't see in a while. Get caught up, but no, it's a great time. I got some family coming in for it. It hasn't been here for it in a while, so should be a great time.
Oh, that is so excited. I am so excited for the fair. If y'all think just because I'm crippled and laid up that I'm not going to enjoy the fair, you have lost your absolute mind. Hell yeah, I'm going to the fair. I'm so excited. I mean, I might have to talk to wifey and maybe do about 2 times. We can do 2 times.
Yeah, you might have to. As you get older, you appreciate it a little more.
Yeah, because I don't do the rides and shit. Plus, I got my little wheelie thing, so I'm ready to go.
Yeah. See, you get to do it comfortable. You ain't got to walk. You ain't got to just roll me around.
Yeah, just wee. Always got a seat.
Yeah.
Get in lines.
Yeah. That's the move.
So it might be wise. Might be wise to go with me.
GP.
Might just be wise to go with me. No, I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna see how it goes this weekend because I think the wife and I Friday are going to Chris Stapleton and Ruoff. So that's gonna be my really first out of the house experience. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, man, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
All right, so we are in between our under the boards basketball discussion about positions. Our first 2 episodes were great. We're in the middle. We got 3 more episodes for that series, but we want to make sure that we stay current on what's going on in the offseason for basketball. And we actually have a guest coming in with us today. Steven has been with the network for a while now, so it's not like I need to introduce him or anything, but Steven from Just Super Kicking It with Steven. I just added like 9 words to his show. Super Kicking It with Steven. This is our wrestling guru.
Yep, wrestling podcast. We talk up AEW, talk up WWE, just keep you caught up on the shows live every Sunday at 6. Because there's a damn lot of wrestling to watch during the week. So we try to, give us some extra days there. I never would have thought in all my years of being a wrestling fan that we would have 4 days in a row of wrestling to watch. So there's some times that, we just have to, get a couple days to get caught up. But I'm glad to be here. This is my last full week before school starts back up. So I can't think of any better way to end my, summer break, if you want to even call it that, than talking up NBA Summer League, the best time ever.
All right, we're going to get to that because that's some funny stuff, man. So we'll get to that, but let's talk a little bit before we jump into some basketball. Let's talk a little about just Super Kick. I mean, with Super Kick and with Steven. I mean, I know you guys going through some remodeling in your studio, and it's like a real hot right time right now in wrestling. Me and the big guy, about 20 years ago, we was real big wrestling fans. You know what I'm saying? So, the new, I don't know how much he keeps up on it now. I kind of tab in a little bit with the new generation of wrestlers, but talk to us about a little bit of how that switch is, because you're kind of in the middle of our age.
So the big thing right now is we're heading off to SummerSlam, which will be a week from Saturday. By the way, the best thing ever is now that they've moved some pay-per-views to Saturday instead of Sunday. So because there's been some late nights on Sunday night that I haven't, wake up the next day. There was a WrestleMania about 4 or 5 years ago in Dallas that got over about 12:30 our time. And, then still had to go to work the next morning. So I'm thankful for a Saturday pay-per-view, as they call it. Well, premium live event is what they're calling it now, since it's available on Peacock. So you just pay for the Peacock network, and then you can watch all those. AEW is doing ROH, which is Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor closed up officially in December. AEW bought them up and is rebranding them, and they're going to throw a pay-per-view this weekend on the original kind of pay-per-view network stuff Saturday night as well. So, yeah, SummerSlam will be awesome. It's going to be in Nashville, Tennessee, the first time there in a while. And we got Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns going at it for the 11,000th time against each other. They've literally been feuding for about a decade now. And
hey, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but that just triggered a question I have for you.
You got it. Go for it.
What do you feel like the best long-term rivalry, or some of the best? I'm not going to make you list it, but just some of the best rivalries.
I mean, you go back and, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels is the one, because there was real-life beef between the two.
They really didn't like each other.
I think at the time they really didn't. I think because they both wanted to be that top guy. I think Shawn Michaels wanted to be, and even he's admitted that he was not in the best mindset. I don't know what he was doing back then, but let's just say I don't think he was.
We all know what he was doing. We've seen the biography.
Yeah,
we know exactly what Shawn
was doing as well. So, but Bret Hart, was a Canadian guy that grew up and just wanted to wrestle. He didn't care about any of that other stuff, and so they both, and of course we all go back to Survivor Series 1997 with the Montreal Screwjob, which was legit. That was Vince McMahon getting the title off Bret Hart because Bret Hart was getting ready to leave for real the next day. That was, and I think that was kind of the start of that internet, getting wind of stuff before it happened, but still not everybody was on board like, oh, this is fake or this is real. But so that was probably the one. And of course, The Rock and Stone Cold was the same thing, because you had The Rock who thought, I think they did talk, I think they had a respect for each other, unlike like Shawn and Bret, it took a long time. I
think that was more Bret. I think that was more Bret. Shawn was I think Shawn was about partying and being. I don't think he really cared.
I don't think he knew. I think.
Well, Shawn was younger too, so
way younger.
It took Shawn Michaels
part of that youth,
growing up and finding God, as he said. So that took him, that to kind of get there. But The Rock and Stone Cold is the big one as well, because you had both those guys wanted to be the top guy, and and really when you think about Stone Cold stopped in about 2002, 2003-ish. So who's to say how much longer? You got to look at Undertaker. 30 years.
30 years.
And if they could still wheel him out there, they probably would. But
because he probably still makes money.
Or
people still show up.
I haven't really put it in the group, but Ric Flair is having his last match, which how many last matches has he had? But now he's going to do.
I don't know why I didn't wear my Ric Flair shirt today. I have no idea.
So yeah, but Roman and Brock is a good rivalry, because I think there was some, beef there with Roman trying to get his, him being the top guy. You had Brock come back, because Brock's first run was only 2 years or 3 years. Like, he wasn't around that long, but in those 2 or 3 years, he was the king of the mountain, and we hadn't seen anything like him. And but he got bored of it. That's pretty much what happened there. So
his fault. You slipped.
Yeah, but then
Roman's time.
He saw the payday in 2012 and was like, okay, I can come back.
Well, he had to, because he was getting his ass kicked. He was starting to get his ass kicked in real fight.
But his first run in UFC was ridiculous, right?
Until he got sick.
Yeah, and that's why he has the tattoo of the huge sword, because he almost died. So he wants that sword kind of facing up to him, his neck, his throat area, to show like he survived death. So but there's some good, rival, and that's I think if there's that real life and kind of fake, kayfabe stuff mixed together, that probably makes the best. Like, usually best friends have the best rivalry because they kind of go at each other a little bit stiffer in it. So yeah, those are just kind of off the cuff right now. But
who is your best rivalry, Storm?
Man, it has to be like I got a couple. I can't do one, right? I like Savage and Hogan. You gotta remember the era I came up in, so it's not gonna be a lot of your newer ones. I like The Rock and Stone Cold. I feel like that was the most entertaining for me at my age. I feel like it lined out like they were performing for my age group at the time because we were on it, and they were both just great showmen. And you know, a credit to their characters. They put a lot of work into it, as you can tell. And I'm trying to think of another one, man.
And Stone Cold hit right at the right time because that was kind of that anti-hero.
Right.
Like Sopranos was big. I mean, a lot of people started loving the bad guy that was doing the right thing in a way.
Yeah, they wasn't feeling Stunning Steve Austin and Barry Windham.
No, they were not.
Barry Windham.
Stunning, yeah.
Again,
or,
I'm showing my age.
The Hollywood Blondes. And Stone Cold was young, like you guys said. He was in his 20s then. So Eric Bischoff thought at the time, this guy's not going to do anything. And to think Stone Cold was only a black trunks, black wristband, like black boots guy. Like, you know, you think about Hogan and Flair, or you think about Randy Savage, like, look how colorful. And I think that helped him as well.
But that was the era, too. It was a lot of colors. The Rockers had colors.
Exactly.
Ultimate Warrior
the
had
80s,
colors.
Man. It was the Miami Vice era, bro.
And so, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess Stormy, you got some good ones. I think the ones with me, I tend to look more into the company rivalry. You know what I'm saying? I was a company rivalry guy. You know what I'm saying? Because I enjoyed people over in WWF, but I was a WCW NWA guy because I was a Ric Flair guy. So the Hogan, Ric Flair rivalry thing was good. I thought Ric Flair got shysted in how the story writ when he went over to WWF because Hogan was the guy over there. You know what I mean? I didn't really think that he got a fair shot, so that gave me more of Rick. So I like the matchups because they would WWF and WCW/NWA would always mimic each other. You know what I mean? In some type of way. So I was a DX guy. You know what I mean? I was an Outsiders guy. You know what I mean? I was an NWO guy. So I was like that. You know what I mean? I was always that other dude. You know what I mean? So I like the rivalries between the networks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you got to think like WrestleMania 8, which was here in Indianapolis, like Randy Savage and Ric Flair weren't the main event for the WWF title at the time. And looking back, that probably should have main evented that night. We had Psycho Sid and Hogan, which introduced Papa Shango, a.k.a. the Godfather. And then Ultimate Warrior made his comeback because Ultimate Warrior was on.
And the
there you go. Charles Wright.
Awesome. All right, so let's get into some basketball. All right, so we're gonna keep you guys.
This could have just took over the show real quick.
Yeah, we can keep you in suspense about the summer league. Now that we got another voice, hey, I know you got a tight schedule, Steven, so I'm not gonna keep you on here long. So we're gonna get through it. I guess we'll recap real quick of the Under the Boards series that we're doing during the summer because it's the off season. We've been doing this series with Under the Boards. We've already done positions, so we've already done point guards and the 2. So this Sunday we'll be doing the 3, and then we have the 4 and the 5 coming up. So this past Sunday we had a coach on from out of state, a guy that both of us grew up with, watching and playing with over the years here in Indianapolis. So that was pretty fun. So we're going to talk about the 3 on Sunday. So that should be some good stuff. So
quick question for you guys, since you're basketball people. Are we going to go away with positions soon?
We pretty much already have.
Yeah. We're pretty much there.
How do you feel about that? Do you like that idea? I mean, like the Warriors, like they just roll out the ball and let it run, right? I mean,
Storm, I'll let you go first on that.
I'm kind of torn, really, because I'm a big guy, and for the most part, I would like to say as I got older, and do you help me out? Do you feel like I got more traditional as I got older versus when I was younger? Obviously, more agile, more mobile. I just kind of fit into my place. So that's where I like it. The younger me probably would have loved it, but the older me now is like, oh man, like the tradition of the big man and the kicking it in and creating offense that way is kind of going by the wayside at times. There are still people that do it, but it's mostly like guards, I feel like now post up more than big guys. So it's kind of sad to see it go, but I still definitely adore the game due to mostly the poetry of it, the movement, the passing, the things of that nature. So it's kind of bittersweet. And I just hope, like most things, it'll come back around.
Has it affected college and high school yet, though?
No.
Oh, yeah. I feel like the new era. I just went to see.
I mean, it's going to need to, right? Because if you're.
It is already. Everybody's shooting threes.
I mean, everybody's shooting.
Everybody's like that's affecting the game because the game didn't used to be played that way.
I mean, at grade school level, like you see those kids in a grade school game, and what do? They dribble down and shoot it up. Yeah. I mean,
they mimic what they see in grade school.
And of course, they're just trying to learn on the TV. Yeah. I just didn't know high school.
Middle school and grade school, they mimic what they see on television and what their coaches allow. You know what I mean? When you get to high school, you're not going to see that much. It's going to be, you'll get what you can do within the offense that is designed for you. And if you're a good coach, the coach knows how to adapt his offense, around you. College, I don't think, and the big man, especially in high school, big man is still a dominant fixture in high school. Because if you got a talented big man that can dominate the post, they're going to give them the ball. You know what I mean? Granted, they shoot more from the perimeter than they used to, but if you are a dominant post, I see in the AAU, if you are a dominant post, they're going to get you the ball. High school basketball is still the same way. You know what I mean? I think if you are that, when you hit to college, it gets a little different because there's still traditional coaches that use a big, but it's now instead of two, it's just one. And that one has to be either super dominant like the guy was from Kansas last year, or he's got to be more like Baycock from Duke that can get up and down the floor and then still dominate as well on the inside.
Well, that's probably what's hard too, is finding that coach that maybe still wants to use a big man, right? I mean, if coaches have to kind of scheme for who they have.
How about big men that are dominant like that? I'm telling you, all the big men now are shooting threes, and it's not I'm not saying it as negative, but it's just a reality to a certain extent. Like, there's not a lot of jokers left. And Joker he didn't grow up here. So, yeah, he watched the game, from abroad. But,
I still think
Embiid is not even from here. Like, Towns, I guess.
I mean, he's not from here. I mean, he's not from here, but he is.
You know what I mean? He'll go down and bang
his whole game.
So.
But my whole thing is he still didn't grow up in this culture. He came to the U.S. when he went to Kansas, right?
Okay. Yeah.
No, I think he came when he went to high school. I mean, he was a soccer player, but he's been here long enough to say that he's like, we never heard of Embiid playing somewhere else and then coming here. Like it was Embiid is here and now, whoa, who's this kid? Right. You know what I'm saying? But he might be the last of it. Him, Karl Anthony Towns. I wouldn't even put Anthony Davis in that mix, even though he has terrific back to the bucket skills. But he traditionally wants to be on the outside. He traditionally wants to be on the outside. But
I was gonna say, I feel like Davis roams around a lot.
He does. But when he puts his back to the bucket, he's a very skilled big man. You know what I mean? So, but I put him more to the Rasheed Wallace type category. You know, when it comes to how it affects me with the game and my position, I was already a versatile swing player. You know what I mean? I played from the 2 to the 4, depending on who I played with, where I played. So this type of free range basketball, that doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all.
And don't you almost have to teach high school players to play all positions just because if they want to make an NBA career, they're going to have to learn to play.
That's the evolution, and that's what it is. And majority of them want to go to the NBA, so they'll do whatever it takes to get there at that point in time in their life. And then
I didn't mean to hijack, but I'm just curious.
No, you don't. No, that's a great question. That's the conversations that we like on the podcast. Sometimes you go off script. You know, I mean, that's good content. But I heard something the other day. Speaking of that, I heard something the other day while we were watching Summer League, and it was asking some older players what's the difference with today's basketball and last basketball. And the one thing that was said that stuck out to me is kids nowadays don't play pickup. That's the difference. Nowadays, these kids they still spend the time. I hate to say it. I hate them saying that these kids nowadays don't love the game. That's not true. They just love it and they do it in a different way. These kids now, they spend hours upon hours and dollar upon dollar with training and getting their skills right. We didn't have that 30 years ago. We didn't have trainers that you go to. We got our training from the court. We got our training from playing with guys older than us, teaching us the game. That's how we learned the game. These guys spend, shit. I don't know how much money McKenzie spent on just training, not even playing the game.
Our kids will skip college to go. Wasn't there a couple of high school kids that skipped college to go train for a year? Do all that.
No, they just went and played. They just went and played overseas.
Okay. But there's some.
They just didn't want to go to college.
Yeah. But I think there's a couple people that were coming from Indiana high schools that skipped a year of college just to go work out and get better. But
get ready for the draft. If they hadn't been good enough, that's definitely a small percentage of people because most of them definitely have more growth to go through be able to, get to their full potential.
Hey, Steven, what the hell do you think about this latest Kyrie and these KD and Kyrie stuff?
That's like Bennifer. It's like you just put them together.
I feel like at this point they're just going to stay on the Nets. I don't think anybody wants to mess with it now. I think because people are saying you look at the Gobert deal. I mean, how much they get for him? So the asking price has got to be higher for KD, right? And
because the asking price for Donovan Mitchell is 6 first-round draft picks, which is ludicrous.
Wasn't it 4 for Gobert?
Yeah, it was
5.
4 and players, like a couple players too. So you still had to.
That's the thing. You can't be in KD and Kyrie's situation if winning the ring is truly what they want. There's nowhere they can go and still win the championship because the other team has to give up everything.
Yeah. Well, isn't KD kind of
there's one place that Kyrie's got, but the other people suck.
And hasn't KD already kind of solidified himself, in his legacy? Like, I know for these guys now, it's about their legacy. You like LeBron, that's all he talks about. Like, what else can KD do? Do you think KD needs one more
thing? He's got one more thing to do.
It depends on what his goal is. Because LeBron made it clear he wanted to be the best ever. I don't know if I ever heard Durant say he wants to be the best ever.
Well, what is that? I guess that's what I get. What does?
I don't think I've ever heard him. He said I wants to be the best player that I can be. That's all I think I've heard him say. But I think
Brian put it out there.
I think to prove Durant's legacy, for him to prove it, or for the media or wherever to solidify his, because he's got a great Hall of Fame first ballot legacy. His thing is with the media and all the people is he needs to win one where he's the leader. He's the guy. Like Kawhi's got one, Steph's got one, Giannis has got one, LeBron
Cleveland
has one. Kyrie.
See what
I was at? I'm with you on this, Star. I'm with you there.
But I feel like it was still his team. It was Brian's team.
Yeah, it was still Brian.
What does Kyrie want? Does anyone know what in the world Kyrie wants?
I don't know if Kyrie knows what Kyrie wants.
Kyrie wants to be Kyrie.
He wants to walk off the earth to prove that it's flat, right?
I think he's got a little bit of Kanye West in him.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he does. He might not ever figure out, right? I mean,
and it's kind of sad because I almost feel like I'm putting my fan hat on. I feel like I'm being cheapened. Because if he was totally focused on the game, how much we would have been able to see out of Kyrie. Like I don't want to say halfway because I don't know what kind of work he's doing on off seasons, but I feel like I am not getting 100% Kyrie every year. And I would have loved to see.
What's gotten worse, hasn't it? Like maybe the first few years you got what he got, but now he's mentally he's still one of the better.
Right? He's still top 10 handles or top 5 handles.
Top 10 finishers.
Yeah, left,
Decent
right.
finish.
It's just
You know, I mean, it's just getting him on the floor. See, look at the
Like
last 4 years.
If he had some Westbrook in him, I would have loved to see what that looked like.
Westbrook's a whole other conversation.
Yeah,
Westbrook's in a whole other conversation.
But it brings up, but I don't know. Kyrie has got. I mean, Kyrie in the last 4 years, Kyrie has played what less than a third of a season. I mean, you could call it a bubble year or whatever, but in the last 4 years, he has not played a half of a season for various reasons. So why at some point now am I supposed to expect Kyrie, Uncle Drew, the ghetto philosopher, Kanye West's little brother, why am I supposed to take him serious that he's going to commit to anybody? I think that's the big deal why they can't make this deal work with the Lakers. I mean, I don't think he can convince them that he's ready to commit. Like LeBron, LeBron can't. I mean, phenomenal that LeBron gets all this hate. I mean, all this hate that LeBron gets at 38 years old, averaging 30 points a game. Ridiculous. But, you know what I'm saying? All the hate to get, but he can't do it by himself. Obviously, Anthony Davis is not going to be that part. He has trust in Kyrie because he's done it, but he doesn't have a trust in Kyrie because who knows if Kyrie's going to show the hell up.
I was going to say, even if LeBron can't get through to Kyrie,
Westbrook's going to show the hell up.
Yeah.
Now, if it's a triple-double, what you get is something different. But Westbrook is going to show the hell up 82 games. Period.
And don't you think people have already written their final on Kyrie? Like, is there any, like, what more can he do?
Well, that's the thing. And that's
I think people have already made their conclusions on him. If
that's the crazy part of life. Because you never know.
Yeah.
It looks like that, but people change. People done turnarounds. We've seen it before.
That's true.
So I'm.
And he's almost built himself. I think he has to stick to it, doesn't he? Like he's built this aura about him.
No, you don't have to stick to it. No,
you don't have to.
But this crap. Just like Ben Simmons, you don't have to stick to my. I don't know what to say about Ben Simmons. Like the fact that like they're only talking about KD and Kyrie and Brooklyn, like Ben Simmons is not even a factor in any of these conversations.
And they're the ones that see him up close. So what does that even say?
Yeah,
like we don't see Ben. We don't know what Ben Simmons doing. We don't know what's going on. But the people that do, and then they still choose to.
Because they're all about themselves, right? I
mean, Ben Simmons is something. Hey, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, you got to think KD and Kyrie are probably about themselves too, so they're not going to come out and stand up for him, right?
KD about winning.
Yeah, and he'll play. KD will play. He's got a lot of things you can say about KD, but you can't say he don't love ball.
Yeah, he's gonna play.
To show up.
And he kind of lost the public right when he switched to the Warriors. Like it seemed like he was pretty well loved throughout, fans and whatnot. But then once, I don't know, has he earned any?
I feel like it was love that it wasn't enough. It wasn't what he was looking for. Yes, he received love, but he wasn't. It was about what one said earlier. It's about being that guy too.
And then he needed to win. Like he needed to win
and be the guy.
Win and be the guy, not just win. So. Let's move on. Let's see. Hey, what do you guys think about Ja Morant's comments on that he roast or he cooked MJ?
Youth is what I put it on. Not being around to see Prime Mike and how he put it down in the era where players can actually put their hands on you and not get ejected. It's youth. It's youth, man. It's youth. That's all I got to say.
The argument that I don't have an argument. The only thing I hate about these conversations is the fact that they act like, now we know these cats nowadays, there's very select few of these cats nowadays that can go back and physically play in that era. Now we absolutely sure that if Jordan and his mentality come back and play with these wide open rules, no handshaking Jordan. Man, he might average 47 a game.
I got a question. That just triggered a question, Dan.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So with the new rules, and if you bring Jordan over, we talk about his offense. Would he still been first team all defense all them years?
I think so.
But you don't think he, just like he's used to doing the dunking and having the freedom, he's also used to hand checking. He's also used to doing things that are not allowed in today's game.
But he almost seems like a smart enough guy to learn what would need to be done.
To be able to
like
adjust.
I think he could pick up. Yeah.
I think that was where his drive was different than other people. Like him and Kobe, Roger Federer, Tiger, those guys are in a different group of drive athletes. Like,
and
I'm not just content to be here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just happy of winning a couple. I'm here to be what everybody talks about 70 years down the road. You know what I mean? And I don't think a lot of athletes have that drive that can go into different.
That want to.
And if Jordan doesn't do it, then Kobe probably still ends up doing that because it seems like Kobe's that type that would have done what he needed to do. So,
because you see, he was a tycoon off the floor, off the court too. We'll see with that. Before we get into summer league, last thing, Curry is hosting the ESPYs tomorrow.
Who? Oh, Stephen Curry is hosting. Yeah. Does anybody even watch the ESPYs?
when Steph is hosted, like when the ESPYs come on,
was pretty good. I thought people
look at when the ESPYs come on. There's nothing on, like baseball even on, because that's after the All-Star game.
That's true.
Ain't shit on. Everybody's watching the ESPYs.
So I mean, good for him. He's stepping out, trying to broaden his career. Obviously, you can't play basketball forever. You gotta at some point think about that next chapter and being able to do. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Here's the equivalent. Could he do Saturday Night Live? Like, do you think he has? Yeah. Does he have?
Yeah, I think he could. Well, now the question is, can he? Yes. Will he be good?
Would he do it?
Would he? I mean, yeah.
I know he has a little. I got a better
question. If he does it, does he put his wife in the skit?
The kids. You got to put the kids, right?
The wife in the skit.
Now we rather see the kids than the wife.
We're
rather see the kids than the wife.
That Riley's going to be the breakout star of the family, right?
No, the question is he going to write his own monologue?
No.
No.
I don't know him. No. Let me put that out there. I don't know him.
I mean, Steph's a smart guy. You know what I mean? He didn't go. He's a smart guy. He went to Davis.
I'm not a big SNL person, but I'm trying to think who's the last athlete that they had on there.
Probably Peyton, maybe The Rock. Well, I don't know. I don't watch SNL anymore, so
I mean, Peyton.
I watch bits and pieces of SNL
years ago, right?
Yeah, I watched.
I mean, I'm sure there's been some athletes on this season. Oh, I don't know. I don't watch.
I guess I'm old where I see the actor name. I'm like, who's that? So there you go. Or the artist sometimes. You're old when you see the musical artist. You're like, who's that?
All right. So, I think I'm just gonna wait till the clips that I want to see come on YouTube, and I'll keep it moving.
They come on right after, so you just watch.
So
we're gonna get into the rings.
Yep. It is now time for Summer League. So, Steven, I'm going to give you the floor, man, because you came on for Summer League for a purpose. And I want to know what your purpose is coming on the state of basketball for your displeasure with the Summer League.
I saw that they were giving out rings to the winners of the Summer League. And I thought, why in God's green earth are we giving out rings to Summer League? I mean, the only thing I can think of is some of these guys might not be playing, and so guess what they'll have to do with that ring? They'll just have to go to their local pawn shop and get a few bucks for it. And the other side of the coin is, okay, so I see it came up about participation trophies. And I know this is a whole nother conversation, but if we get angry, well, we don't. People get angry at kids for getting, a little piece of plastic baseball player that's probably going to be thrown in a closet or broken within a week. And, you have athletes getting upset about that. But then we're going to give, what, $100,000 ring to the winner of Summer League? Or I go the other end, okay, the mini marathon, that's a local thing. What does every person get at the end of their mini marathon? They get a freaking medal. even though like I could walk the whole way, it could be done, and I can finish, and I'll still get that damn medal. But then we're getting mad at kids for getting, like I said, a trophy that they won't even know in 10 years probably where it's at, if that. They won't know in a week where that damn trophy is. So it does bug me. Like I said, that's a whole nother ball of wax. I understand. But if we're gonna hold kids to these high levels, then hey, you better finish that damn marathon first, or you ain't getting nothing. Sorry. Like, you get your banana and your trail mix in your water. I mean, you don't get the medal. Or you get a cheaper medal. How about that? We'll give the winner a legit medal and everybody else gets the plastic medals. I'm fine with that. It just kind of bugs me that.
What's your idea on the summer league rig, Storm?
I kind of get what he's coming from. I just feel like the separation between 20-year-olds and 8-year-olds is the difference. 7, 8-year-olds, you're coming up. You want them to come up not having that. So hopefully when they get to that 20-year-old stage, it's something that they don't even want, right? So I feel like the younger is more important because you want them to come up not feeling like they are God's gift to this green earth just by coming here and showing up, but to be able to work for it. And then when they get older, they will be able to see, like, I don't even want this ring. I didn't win.
What if you do have that kid that maybe didn't want to play at first and then did start showing up, and you want to give them something, right? Or maybe that comes down to
if they win, they get something. Yes, but they got to learn. I mean, that's life, though, right?
Well, I was gonna say, can't you have parents explain
what life used to be anyway,
or coaches explain? Well, we got participation trophies growing up, right?
Nope.
But we didn't get the big trophy.
Nope.
I did get one, but it wasn't.
We got team trophies. We got team trophies.
Or like I do know I got a little baseball, plastic thing somewhere. But
it wasn't big boy.
No.
No, you got it. Now, when I played, I came up and I played in the 70s and the 80s, bro. You didn't get no participation trophy. You know what I'm saying?
If your team,
I didn't get not a participation trophy. No, if your team won, we did not get trophies just for being there. Not in the late 70s and the 80s.
More 90s.
That was not a thing.
This in the 80s. I tell you, I played CYO. I played
that
CYO.
That was CYO. Then that was the Catholic League. In the public school, in the public school league, in the township league, we wouldn't get no participation trophy. Now, if your team won, your team got a big trophy, and then everybody on the team got a little bitty trophy. Yeah. That was it. You didn't get and that was first, second, and third, and that's how it was broke down. I mean, I think third might have got a ribbon, like the whole team might have got a ribbon or something like that. But that shit wasn't going down where everybody wouldn't get no medal. Like, wouldn't they have a table full of medals? You know what I mean? Like, so I'm torn at me. I don't think you get participation trophies. Now, if it's a participation league, like if it's your rec league, you know what I'm saying? Like all the little kids, anything I say before third grade or before you start labeling as travel. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah. Like rec league, like you take your little kids on Saturday morning and they put the wristbands on and they run each other, follow your wristband. I had no problem with everybody getting a trophy there. Not a problem. And that's mostly
what I don't see 5th and 6th graders getting that. I mean, I feel like it's mostly
shit.
They do? Okay. I guess I missed up.
Like I'm in that age group. Like I got kids that age group. Okay. So they're definitely giving out participation trophies.
James Harrison, the Steelers player, was famous for saying he threw away all of his kids' trophy,
I think that was a little harsh. I wouldn't have thrown them away, but I would have voiced my displeasure.
Well, you explained
as in what you need to work for. Yeah.
But that comes on the parenting. Which I'm a school employee, so you know where I can go with that. But
I don't know, but when it comes to the rings, first I was like, what is this silly shit? It was only to the winners. Yeah. But I was like, what is this silly shit? But then I got to thinking about it. I can go either way on this. I got to think about it. This is the one part, because I talked about it last night watching debate when I was on with the baseball guys last night watching the Derby. And they asked me about it. So I gave them a preamble of what we was going to talk about today. I'll look at it like this. Some of these guys, this is it for them.
I can
Like
buy
this
that
is this is any touch of NBA label that some of these guys going to get. And if they get a little, you know what I mean, little 60, obviously they're not giving Milwaukee Bucks style, Miami style rings.
No.
You know
If
what I'm
that was
saying?
the
But
case,
if you, you know what I'm saying? If you get you a little ring for your little championship that you won, that you earned, that's the prize. That's no different than old spinny belt buckle. You know what I'm saying? It's the prize. That's cool. Some of these guys are not going to ever get this opportunity again to have anything labeled NBA on them. You know what I mean? That 1% of guys that got drafted is playing in the summer league, man, this is just to get their feet wet. Like Baycott played one game. He wasn't hurt. There wasn't no stress. He played one summer league game. It went on. You know what I mean? So some of these guys, and then you got these guys who there's like, this is their third, fourth, fifth, sixth summer league. You know what I mean? This is it for them. So it's crazy, but
I'll tolerate that stuff.
Like I got a summer league ring. That's cool.
And we're big, first take, like instant gratification, like that. And that's why I brought it up, because I'm like, I see that darn ring, and I'm like, really? Like,
you ain't gonna get shit off the pawn shop.
That's just where it's going. It went from
is this the first year they've done it, right? They haven't done it ever.
No, this is the first ring. This is the first ring. Yeah, and you're gonna get this shit up the pawn shop. Ooh, this NBA Summer League ring. All right, I'm gonna give you $4,000 for it, buddy.
hey, but like you said, you might have a G League guy that's not playing anywhere, might need that $4,000. So,
well, if he's in the G League, he making some money. So,
I'm sorry, or whatever. My fault. Not
out
of the league
Summer
completely.
League.
Sorry.
Yeah, you might need that.
Looking for a job.
But I don't think they'll sell it. I think it's that memory. That's what the ring represent. The ring represent that memory, that opportunity. Like, hey, Grandpa, what's that? Oh, this is that one. This is that ring I had with that one shot that I had at that opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, Grandpa's like to tell stories.
Going to tell that story all the time.
All the fucking time, because I would.
every time you see that Grandpa, he's going to bring out that ring.
Anyway, definitely. Just feel like the ring.
Oh wow! Sorry. I mean, that might be true for Ben Simmons.
Hey, Matt is the source. He's one of the network guys. He's on the baseball and the checkers and records with. And he's in Philly. So he's in Philly. So that's why you're seeing all the Philly shit. So I'm pretty sure he is not a Ben Simmons fan. But what would you say is
Storm? Is anyone?
No, I was just saying that trophies are the new rings. It's just something that finally got to a point where maybe people aren't checking for trophies as much as rings. It still represents being the champion. Bling definitely for the younger folks seem to be what's in, and you can't carry a trophy around, but you can carry that ring around.
I was gonna say they're giving out rings to. It looks like baseball teams are starting to get that. Like I follow.
Dude, they're giving out rings to AU tournament winners.
Yeah.
No,
because like you said, it's probably easier to, you can throw that on a necklace. You can do the old school days of us. Like I know football players in my high school used to put their, championship ring on a necklace and wear that thing around. So,
they give it to
but anyways, I need to head out because I got a school meeting. Yeah,
well, it's been fun. Thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate
Thank you so much for coming out, man. Appreciate it.
We're gonna do more crossover.
No worries, we definitely will. Because we're guest wrestling guys, so.
I'm telling you, we could have. The show could have took a wrestling turn for the whole thing. As long as we kept it in the 80s and 90s, maybe early thousands for me.
All right. Thanks, Steven. Have a good one.
Thank you so much. Have
a good school year, buddy.
You too. Bye.
All right, Storm. So, while we're in Summer League, let's talk a little bit about Summer League. You know what I mean? What was some standouts that you saw in the Summer League?
Definitely. I'm gonna start Pacers first with Benedict. Ended up being a little under 20, but I like what I saw. I like the layups, 3-pointers, mid range. He can score in multitude of ways. So I definitely enjoyed seeing the future. As long as they can do what it takes for him to stay. That's always been the issue here in Indiana. is not necessarily finding talent as much as keeping talent with the new free agency and things of that nature. I'll tell you what I'm surprised about. Chet Holmgren. I'm putting it out here. I was surprised. He definitely exceeded what I thought was going to happen. He seems to be maybe a little more wiry, as I thought, but Kevin Durant did the same thing, right? So we'll see. I'm definitely intrigued now with Chet. Obviously, the MVP, Murray, showed himself. I think he did 23 points or so a game. So definitely looking forward to seeing him. Ivy, I'm a little nervous. You're always a little nervous when a player comes in and injures themselves. You hope it doesn't turn into an AD situation or just constantly bit by the injury bug. I hope he comes through and never has another injury his whole career. But the time that he did play, he looked good too. So those are just a few people. What about you?
I think the thing that stood out most for me, well, like I'll start off like with you. I'll start off with the Pacers. I like some of the things I saw with the Pacers, but it was hard to try to figure out mentally what their landscape was or what they were trying to build with this. I want to say now that I've been here, this fake proposal to DeAndre Ayton. You know what I mean? So, I don't think it was, they put it out there, but now that you really sit there and analyze it, you kind of knew that Phoenix wasn't just getting ready to just, you know what I mean? But
I just
maybe
feel like it depended on how much it had to do with KD. Like if Aiden coming to Indiana would have helped him get KD, I definitely felt like they did it.
But yeah, it would have only happened if it was a sign and trade. You know what I mean? So with him, I think he maybe forced Phoenix's hand to figure out what they really wanted to do. Because you notice when they matched the offer, we ain't heard nothing else about it. You know what I mean? Like all those trade scenarios and how you put him at sign and trade with 3 teams with Kevin Durant, all this stuff. We've heard nothing about it since they've matched that offer. So, but I like the rookie. I like his confidence. I like how his demeanor gets better every time he's speaking in front of the mic, meaning that he's being more confident. I like that he's a 3-level scorer. So I think he's going to fit well with Halliburton. You know what I mean? Now, the rest of that we're going to figure out. The Malcolm Brogdon leaving was a tough one, but I think Halliburton is ready for that. So Pacers, I'm still open on that. Chet, like I told Micah when he hit me up, I'm still gonna leave it open. You know what I mean? Because this is summer league. Like we mentioned earlier with Steven, there's a lot of guys out here that they really NBA talent. Not to say the guy didn't put up, but that's what I expected for a person who's second in the draft to do in summer league. You know what I mean? They've all done it look good in summer league. Now, when that ball starts in the regular season, maybe even preseason, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm going to give you a fair opinion of what I think about Chet. I'm not going to say nothing great.
I'm just
I'm not
saying
going to say
I was
nothing
still pleasantly surprised. I felt like the physicality might have gotten to him, but it didn't. So, and that's basically what I said. I'm more open now to see what the guy has. Like, I'm not necessarily.
I'm more open to seeing what he has than I did for Zion. I'll tell you that. Way more open. But Zion is done so much more to, other than when he's healthy, those small spurts of healthiness, he's like, well, okay, now I'm cool. I'm all right. Zion, you get a pay. I just need you to be healthy. And then, because when you're healthy and you're playing on minute restrictions, 17 minutes a game, and you're putting up 30 points and 14 rebounds in 17 minutes, bro, there's something there. You know what I mean? But Keegan Murray, he did exactly what I expected him to do. Like, I think he's the underrated talent in this draft. I think he's the guy, like, people talk about him, but people aren't talking about him. They're talking about Chet. They're talking about the boy from Duke. And then I think there's another one. Branch Harrell. Yeah. But no one's really talking about Keegan. Like, the growth from his freshman year of averaging, like, 7-8 points a game to his sophomore year, 1 year development at Iowa from 7 points to over 20, almost 25 points a game. That speaks about somebody's growth, development, and willing to work hard. And you saw it in the summer league. I think he had 2 games in the 30s.
Yeah.
He was out there to prove a point. Think
Yeah.
Sacramento might have something starting out there. Just it's all about ownership in Sacramento. You got DeMontis out there. You know what I mean? You know, DeMontis Sabonis is a good anchor for anybody. So let's see what Phoenix has got. I mean, not Phoenix. Let's see what Sacramento's going to do.
I definitely feel like they're going to need more time. And that's the thing, man. Building a championship team is not easy, right? No. You can always have, well, I got this, but guess what? You need like 4 or 5 other parts. So you just got a minuscule of what you need to be able to. And that's the sadness you see in some of these organizations that are not truly out to win versus profit share. So he seems like he'd be a great player, but there's a lot of great players that got lost. I used to think that Darian Fox was going to be nice. I wonder what would have happened if he'd have went somewhere else to be able to be in a more positive environment or a culture.
Or if they'd actually brought in a coach that can actually coach, not Luke Walton.
Yeah.
That'll create a culture. You know what I mean? I agree with you. There was some talent there. Marcus, what was it? Marcus Alexander Bagley or whatever his name was. The big guy from Duke. Yeah. Super talented. Yeah. I mean, he's out of there now, but who knows what happened. But, I mean, who you got coming in there from Golden State? Championship coach.
What?
Mike Brown. You got Mike Brown coming in there. So there could be a culture shift in Sacramento. If you can get them twins, them brothers, to stay out of operations, let the coach and the GM do their thing, then you might have something in Sacramento because there's talent there. And I kind of disagree with you on this, Matt. I feel, and I want to be rude when I say this. I think this is because you don't have a basketball mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just more than that. Because the rookies aren't all playing. Right. Some of those guys
they don't even play every game.
Yeah, they don't even play every game.
Right.
This is an opportunity for some of these guys in the G League that's on their 3rd, 4th year in the G League. There's an opportunity for some of these guys who didn't get drafted, but these NBA teams want to look at. Those are the guys that they're looking at. You know what I'm saying? Deshaun D. Browns, you know what I mean, from Michigan. He played a lot of minutes in the summer league because those are those minutes that they're looking for him to see. Like, we already know what we want and what we think we have in Chet Holmgren and the guy from the Pacers. We already know we got. We drafted them 1st round. I mean, we're going to have to pay them. So we invested in them already. We want to know where our role players are, where our backups are coming from. And that's what this summer league opportunity is for.
And also on the flip side, it's huge networking event for the executives. Huge networking event.
Yeah, and if you don't get looked at that team, like by the team that you're playing for, so many more other teams. There's 29 other teams that could be looking at you. You know what I mean? This is an opportunity for you to get more money overseas. You know,
that's real. I think you just hit the head on it. It's an opportunity, is what it is. It's an opportunity for all. You know, it's for every player that shows up, every coach, every referee. It's to operate. I mean, NBA is trying to get itself to that big business like the NFL. So this is at times more than about the players. It's about the coaches getting that experience. It's about the referees getting that experience, about the players, about whoever's calling the game, about the cameraman, about, you know, it's so much bigger.
Well, yeah, a rookie can be defined as a G League player. He wasn't drafted. There's your definement right there. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking there. I mean, I think when you're drafted, when that team says, I want to pick you as my selection in the draft, we've already invested in you. You know what I'm saying? Now, when those guys who say, we want to bring you into camp or we want to offer you a 2-way contract. Yeah, but I classify those rookies as different. Rookies are people who are drafted, or once you get into the summer league and you proved, or in training camp, because summer league is going to get you into training camp. You know what I mean? Training camp is going to get you into preseason. Preseason is going to determine if that non-drafted player, that first-year player or second-year player, is either going to go G League, two-way, or overseas. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the reason why you have the summer league. It's another, like you said, it's another opportunity for guys not drafted. Because if you look at it, the drafted players aren't playing in the summer league.
I just I take a little more literal stance. A rookie to me is a player's first full year or whatever in the NBA. That is what defines you as a rookie, because it's your
summer
first
league
time.
is not even rookie.
No, summer league is
I'm
league.
with you. I'm
league.
good with it.
League is when you are a rookie. Anything else other than that, you just trying to be a rookie.
I'm with you on that. I'm good. I can go for that. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, okay. You got anything else for summer league?
Nothing. Just enjoyed it. Glad it's on. Definitely sports outside of baseball to be able to watch and enjoy. So definitely glad it's on. Now getting ready for the other sports to start gearing up a little bit, but yeah, it's definitely scratched my sports itch.
I definitely love the home run derby last night. So I can't just knock off all of the sports at this time because there's great sport. It's good basketball. Like there's basketball going on, just not basketball I'm watching. Like I was super excited about the Big Three when it first came out, first 2-3 years. Bro, like I don't even know when the Big Three be. I'll say, ooh, the Big Three, and just keep on moving. Like I'm still interested in the tournament, the basketball tournament. Like I'm waiting for that to come on. Like I want to see these local guys. If I wasn't crippled up, I'd be down there watching those city league championship games. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? So summer league gives you that I don't want to say not professional refereed, but it is refereed. It gives you that little extra, that little edge type of basketball. Which brings up last thing of the day. LBJ putting up 42 in the Drew League.
Drew League.
Did he win out? Yes, I agree. It's the Drew League. And there you have it. Drew League. So I think that's it for us. Storm doesn't have anything else. I don't know why he went silent on us, but that's what we got for today. Storm, if you can hear me, if you got an eye of the storm, pop on. If not, we'll go ahead and cut it out. I do not have the ones, whatever I do. So it was great hanging out with you guys today, talking to basketball. We thank Steven from coming over from Super Kicking It with Steven. Make sure you guys check his show out, wrestling show out on Sunday evenings at 6 p.m. On our YouTube and Facebook pages. So there you have it. Thanks for Matt checking in with us. He had to keep up on his side. What does he talk about? Go Blue. Love it, Matt. You're awesome. Storm's back.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
So
but yeah, Drew League. It's the Drew League. We see players not even close to LeBron's skill level and talent playing our 30 and over league that was lighting it up. So I could just imagine the caliber of LeBron playing in the league with and doing so well. Like it don't surprise me. It's almost like that's what he was supposed to do.
Granted, I will say the Drew League is a little better than our 30 and over.
Yeah, well, you get what I'm saying, though.
It's still the Drew League.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, our 30 and over, a couple of our guys, played overseas, play college ball, blah, blah, blah. The Drew League, please believe I'm not defending the Drew League, but the Drew League is a little better. Ex-NBA players, current overseas players, current G League players. This is not like your YMCA rec league. It is quality NBA players playing it, but it's still not the NBA.
It's still a step down.
Yeah.
Overall skill level.
Yeah, it's still not the NBA. But do you think that LBJ was making a statement? Not looking at the league itself. I'm just thinking if you think he was trying to make a statement.
I hope not, because that to me, that's just not the place to make a statement. Like, if you're gonna make a statement, I want to see it throughout the NBA season. Those are the time for statements. He may have, like, I don't know his intent. That may have been his intent, but to me, it's nothing, because it's not in a place, a venue, a situation that warrants me even accepting it being a statement. Like, I go back to, that's what you were supposed to do.
The only way that they're making a big deal out of it, but the only
Well,
way
they need to keep their paychecks going. So
the only way the only way I feel that there could have been a statement made is if that opposite team had equal amount of NBA talent on it. Like, it was you and DeMar DeRozan. There was no other valid name on that other team. Now, we've seen Drew League games where you got Kevin and Kyrie on one side. You got James Harden and who else was he running with at times? Westbrook on one side. You know what I mean? We've seen Drew League games where there's multiple NBA players going at it. If that was the case, and it was a predominantly an NBA team, the guy that was guarding you, and you wouldn't did that type of thing, okay, I think I might be seeing something that you're telling the league and your Laker team. But was just you and DeMar against who? Then it was just what
you were supposed to do. I'll take more seriously the games we don't see, where it is all NBA, all stars, superstars, but we don't see it. But I feel like a statement would be more warranted to the players. Like, yeah, Bron's coming this year.
Them clips that we get.
Yeah,
from,
the story. I hear
and
more
Reel,
stories than I do see clips. I hear more stories. Like, oh man, y'all should have been there in Space Jam when Jordan had the dome set up and Reggie and them was out there. It was just, them.
Oh, yeah. Back then you were hearing stories. Now you see the clips. These guys, like, what is it? The LA Fitness, the actual LA Fitness. You've seen some of them clips in them games, like them all NBA dudes going at it. Like, they going at it. And you might get, and that's where that's where people thought Ben Simmons was going to come back with a halfway decent jump shot, because we were seeing these clips of him playing with these guys, like not these guys, but these guys, and you hitting jump shot, turn around fadeaways, and you come back and give us my brain hurt. But anyway, yeah. So when you came back, we was closing up. So you got anything for Eye of the Storm?
Yeah, actually I do, man. I just want to take this time out to make sure that we support our brothers, our friends. My brother, the one, has got a new thing going on. I just want to make sure that I let him know that I support him 100%. I'm definitely going to be getting some of them plates. Anything that I can, or something I can do to help, anything, I'm down. I feel like a lot of that is missing at times. So just support your peoples, your loved ones, and whatever their ventures are and what they're trying to do. Show some love. So I'm definitely going to do that for the Eye of the Storm today.
Appreciate you, my good man. That's a good thing. That's awesome. You caught me off guard on that one.
You my brother, no matter what, man. Royce is too. I know we don't talk as much, but that's still my brother, man.
We all good. But since I didn't have one good thing, because I hadn't thought about it, because I've had so many pain pills, not everything is staying together the way it should or shouldn't. But now I do. I guess I'll elaborate on what you were saying. Tell the people what the one good thing is, or what you were referring to. Well, the one, obviously, I have another life outside of sports and podcasting. I enjoy food. I enjoy preparing food for other people. I like the way it makes people feel when they eat my food. So I've elaborated on that. I have started to make the processes go ahead of me owning my own food service, as in delivering good food to different people. I mean, to all people. So The line is to go. The end game is to eventually end with a brick and mortar restaurant, but there are stages in between there. And right now we're at the first stage. We're at the beginning. We're at the opening up. So I'm going to be selling dinners twice a month, starting in September. The first one is going to be on September 10th, I think, is the first one, because the first weekend of September is Memorial Day. So Labor Day. So that's not going down. So I'm going to be selling dinners, twice a month. And it's an opportunity to get the city of Indianapolis to see, not just see what I do with my food on my Instagram page or my TikTok page, but to taste what the food is that Storm has been gracious to be able to have over the last several years. So it's time for me to let the rest of the city of Indianapolis get some of that. So there you go.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff, people. It's definitely worth it. I'm definitely on board. So look for it. I know we'll have it on his IG or Facebook. Definitely on Facebook. That's where we get to see the creations. My guy definitely has a talent, and I can't wait to see where this all ends up for you, my brother.
Hey, bro, if I could box freeze dry and send it up to you to Pennsylvania, I would, my guy.
Hey, just say not yet. Say you working on it.
We working on it.
That's going national. That's when you go national, son.
Just say
we'll be there. You'll be there.
We'll be there. I'll be there. Never know. My food truck might be mobile. That says food truck. All right. So there you guys have it. State of basketball. Big Storm, the one. We're out of here, man. We'll see you guys on Sunday for Under the Boards episode 3. Threes, please. Holler.
Peace.